maybe you're somebody who really doesn't like wearing glasses, but something about contact lenses has intrigued you for a while now. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 7 good reasons why this might be the very best time to take that step into contact lenses. I'm Martin Oguzie and this is Martin's Eye Tips. Thank you for joining me. On this channel, we're all about bringing you eye care tips, how-to videos and product reviews, all designed to help you see better, more comfortably and be less anxious about your eyes. So please think about subscribing to the channel, hit the like button and the share button and also that notification bell as well. That way you get reminded every time I release a new video. Let's get started with today's video, which is all about contact lenses. So number 1 on my list is that contact lenses has never been cheaper. Now back when I started my career some 20 years ago, soft lens daily disposables in particular, which were the most expensive lens type option available and still are today, they could be had for about £30 for 30 pairs of lenses, and that was absolutely rock bottom prices if you can get them. Fast forward 20 years and what we're finding right now in the market is that you can get them for approximately half that price, and as long as you're not too fussy on the brands, then there's great bargains to be had on the market as far as daily disposables are concerned. When we look at the reusable lenses, so that's the 2 weekly lenses or 1 monthly reusable lenses, then they come in a lot cheaper, and of course these lenses you have to reuse. Now the top brands still command the highest prices regardless of whether you get them online or get them in store. So that's predominantly because these market leaders hold their prices and are quite stringent on their prices, and it's hard for suppliers to get them at any significant discount. So you'll tend to find that the prices are consistent between online and in store as well. So there'll be little bits of savings, but nothing compared to what you can get in some of the less well-known brands, which can be had for a lot cheaper. So the value side of things, contact lens wise, is definitely there now. So price shouldn't be something that puts people off. If you're in a low budget, then there's plenty of options out there for you as well. Now, good reason number 2 is the ever expanding option list of contact lenses available in the market. And by this I mean the fact that not only do we have far-sighted lenses and nearsighted lenses, we also have multifocal lenses which aim to correct your far sight and your reading all in one. And we're seeing more in recent times an expansion of this to incorporate lenses that do your far sight, near sight and astigmatism all in one. Now traditionally I know that this is an area where we've struggled with in the past, and people really haven't had an option when it comes to correcting all 3 in the one lens. So that's an exciting development, and it's quite a new development, so suffice it to say it's a work in progress as far as getting people the best vision for all 3 distances in the one. Now another interesting development is transition lenses, who have developed the first contact lens that reacts with the light to tint, and that solves a problem for a lot of people who wear contact lenses but need tinted glasses on top, or are used to wearing photochromic glasses that react with the light. There's never been traditionally an option to do that with contact lenses, so that's available right now, and it's definitely something worth speaking to your contact lens fitter about. And the third good reason is that contact lenses have never been healthier for your eyes. And when it comes to a healthy eye with contact lenses, then good hygiene goes a long way to making sure that your risk of infections and other complications of contact lens wear is kept to an absolute minimum. Now aside from hygiene, then the other key area where contact lenses can pose a health risk has always been the amount of oxygen you get to your eyes. The standard lens material that's been around for many years now is what we call hydrogel. And hydrogel lenses allow oxygen to pass through by binding to water that's within the lens. So the higher the water content of the lens, the more oxygen that can pass through to the cornea. We want to get a balance, however, because if we have too much water in the lens, then the lens is more prone to drying out. And if we have too little water in the lens, then there's not going to be enough oxygen passing through. The lens will also be uncomfortable as well. So around about 20 years ago, we saw this new generation of material coming out into the market called silicone hydrogels. And these worked a little bit differently because the material itself was oxygen permeable, so it didn't need to have as much water in the lens. The silicone hydrogel material itself proved to be so permeable to oxygen, it didn't need to have much water in the lens. And one of the earliest applications of silicone hydrogel materials were lenses that you slept in for 30 days continuously. Now, as time has gone on, and presumably as technology's got a bit better, we're seeing more and more lenses being made out of silicone hydrogel, and the technology is trickling down to daily disposable lenses, 2 weekly reusable lenses, And it means that we have an altogether more healthier set of lenses now that we can offer people. And the idea behind these lenses is that they are used throughout the day and not necessarily to sleep in. So you end up having the benefit of being able to use your lenses when you wake up in the morning right to when you go to bed without watching the clock and counting down how long you've had your lenses in. So that gives people a lot more flexibility in use, and also means that we have lenses now that really kind of remove one of the biggest obstacles to healthy eyes and healthy kind of compliance with contact lenses, and that is this oxygen barrier that lenses create. And that brings me on to reason number 4. Contact lenses have never been more comfortable. Lens comfort is undoubtedly one of the biggest reasons why people have success with lenses or give up on them. So when you find your lenses aren't comfortable, then it's obviously going to mean that you're less likely to pursue them and carry on with them over a long period of time. So with the current generation of lenses, we're seeing a lot of competition between manufacturers, and they're all vying to make lenses that are ultimately more comfortable than their competition. So this means that for the consumer, there's a lot of choice out there, and we have a great deal of lenses now that we can offer as alternatives when one lens doesn't work. Now, Johnson & Johnson have been market leaders over the years in producing lenses that people would find noticeably more comfortable than the competition, but also in innovating new technologies and new product lines that often get imitated by the competition. Now, over the years, this has driven a lot of rivalry between manufacturers, and we're seeing that benefit kind of passing through the kind of lenses that are coming out on the market right now. A great example of how this competition has led to lenses now that are way more advanced to anything that we've had in the past is Alcon's Total One contact lens. Most practitioners and contact lens users would generally say that this lens beats everything else in terms of comfort and the technology involved in the lens. So it's definitely a lens that many practitioners see as a go-to lens, and it's one that I'm going to perhaps feature a bit more on the channel. So if that's something that you want to see, leave me a comment in the comment section as well, and I'll review that lens and give you a bit more insight into the technology that goes behind making such a lens. Now, when you get a lens that's ultra comfortable, it's such a winning combination for people, because it really gives you that sense of not having any kind of prescription, and people tend to just forget about their contact lenses, which is how contact lenses were really intended. But it also means that contact lenses then just become a really compelling way to correct your vision over glasses. Now, for many contact lens wearers, the experience of getting the right contact lens that is super comfortable really just gives them the advantage that they've been after all along, which is to eliminate the weight on their face of wearing glasses. So that's something that, once the balance is struck right, can really make a big impact on people's lifestyle and really just your ability to engage with the activities that you love to do the most. And good reason number 5 is that there are so many more shopping options when it comes to buying contact lenses. Now, of course, the landscape is super competitive, so many practitioners recognize that people want to shop around, and they genuinely do want to make things simple for you to be able to do that. But you may find when it comes to premium lenses, it may still be quite competitive to get that in practice, because of the fact that online suppliers really don't get better margins on these lenses, so they can't really pass the cost that much onto you, and that's because the manufacturers really do hold their prices quite tight and keep it the same for everybody. But when it comes to budget lenses, then online, prices are really low, and there's a lot of prices out there. So if you're not too bothered about the brands, or you're really after as cheap as you can get, and still get reasonable vision, then online, is hard to beat, and there's a lot of options out there as well. But I certainly wouldn't write off your practices as well, because, as I said, they may be able to bundle in your aftercare, and when that's bundled in, then you may actually find there's not that much of a difference in saving. But certainly it's great that there is so much choice for people out there, and you can kind of look around, order online, order in store. The landscape is just super competitive now, and that's only really a win-win for the consumer. And good reason number 6 is the vision quality that you can expect. It used to be the case that contact lenses would provide people with a good amount of vision, but not necessarily as good as glasses, and that was something that people kind of just lived with. But thankfully those days are long gone, and there's so many options available now to your contact lens practitioners that it's reasonable for you to expect to get as good a vision in contact lenses now as you do with your glasses. So there's lots of things that we can do to make sure that the vision is good, and that includes making sure the vision is stable, making sure that the lens technology is there for you, and also making sure that people's prescriptions do match quite closely the contact lenses that are available. So whether you're somebody with a high prescription or very low prescription, low amount of astigmatism, high amount of astigmatism, or whether you have presbyopia, so you need lenses that help you to read as well as see further away, there's lots of creative things that your contact lens fitters can do nowadays to be able to help you get as good a vision as possible. And particularly because there's a wide range of manufacturers and wide range of lens options available now that they just weren't available in the past. So I certainly think you're well within your rights to expect vision as good as in your glasses, and any self-respecting contact lens practitioner will go out their way to make sure that that is achievable for you. Now of course there may be situations where that level of vision isn't quite achievable in contact lenses, but certainly want to achieve a level of vision that allows you to do everything that you want to do safely and comfortably. And finally, in at number 7 is that contact lenses have never been more convenient. So back in the days when I first qualified, probably about 60% of the contact lenses that were fitting were hard lenses, and the tables have turned somewhat over the years, and that's looking more like 90% soft lenses and probably 10%, if that, on hard lenses. So what that means is now we have a generation of lenses which are so much more convenient for people, particularly in terms of maintenance and caring for your lenses. So whereas with hard lenses you'd have to kind of have a wetting solution, a cleaning solution, enzyme tablets to kind of remove protein, you don't have any of that to worry about as far as soft lenses go. Really, for most people, it's simply a all-in-one multi-purpose solution which does everything. It cleans, it rinses, it disinfects, it's safe to go on your eyes. So that means that the maintenance of your lenses is a lot easier than it used to be. And on top of that, if you want ultra convenience, then you've got daily disposables as an option as well to consider. And with daily disposables, there's obviously no cleaning involved because you use your lenses on a daily basis, on a once use only basis, and you dispose of them. So whereas with glasses where you might have to be adjusting your glasses throughout the day, cleaning them, defogging them, you don't have any of that as far as contact lenses is concerned. Once the lenses are in, then they're pretty much in for the day, and then when you get out in the evenings, you take them out, give them the usual clean, or dispose of them if they're daily disposables, and your day is done. So those are my 7 good reasons to consider contact lenses this year. So a lot's changed in contact lens technology over the years. If you're somebody who's tried it in the past, didn't get on with them, or had a problem with them, then it's definitely worth considering trying them again. With all the changes, you may well find that this time round something is different and the experience can be totally different for you. And if you've never given contact lenses a good serious thought before, then hopefully some of those points resonate with you, and it may be a good reason for you to then go in and get an examination and just see if that works for you, and see if it's something that you think might impact your lifestyle for the better. Now for my tip of the day. If you're somebody who's been thinking about laser refractive surgery such as LASIK, then perhaps contact lenses might be the next logical step before you make your final decision. I'm also surprised by the number of people who are considering laser correction, but they've never given contact lenses a try or any serious thought whatsoever. So my tip would be, before you go ahead with your LASIK procedure, try contact lenses out on a short-term basis, just to make sure that the experience lives up to what you expect it to be. If it does, great, then go ahead with the surgery. If it doesn't, well, you haven't spent the money that you would have done on the surgery. You might find that many practices may be able to give you a short-term contact lens trial for a low-cost investment, or even on a free trial basis. So it's definitely worth looking down that avenue before you make your final decision. My question for you today is, have you been putting off trying contact lenses? If so, why? Please leave me a message in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking it and sharing it, and also subscribing to the channel as well, and hit the notification bell if you do so as well. That way you get reminded every time I release a new video. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.